Hi everyone, welcome back to Zoonova, and in this video I'd like to introduce you to the Alpaca OAuth API, which will allow the user to have commission-free trading right within Zoonova platform once you have an account open with Alpaca, and I'm going to show you how that works. So once you're in the stock portfolio, which I'm showing you right here, you can start with a paper account, which will give you the ability to make trades and get used to how it works without using any money at all other than paper money. And then with the live account is after you would use that after you deposited money with Alpaca. So let's start out with the paper account. So once you have the paper account established, you would click on OAuth. In this case, you're seeing you're authorizing Zoonova to connect to your Alpaca account. You say allow. Then it will redirect you back to Zoonova, and you can see OAuth is checked off. So you're connected now to your Alpaca account. Your account info will show up here, coming directly from Alpaca. There is a help screen, definitions, and how to use the Alpaca OAuth API. The import screen would be used to import any positions that you currently have in your Alpaca account directly into Zoonova. So once that's all imported in and all set up, you can then select whatever portfolio you want those trades to go in when you do import, or you can create in the trade blotter an entirely new portfolio and name it. Once you do that, you could then select that portfolio in this drop-down, import, and then all your trades will be then imported into the portfolio that you've selected. The buy and sell flags are right here. Very simple to use. If we wanted to buy Apple, let's say 100 shares. Last market price was there. Class is simple, fill or kill at the market, buy. And then you would just say yes if you wanted that order to be placed. After that order is placed, you can go into the pending screen and see if any of the orders that you've put in, you can see I put one in here May 21st, May 22nd. Since it's a weekend, it's been rejected because the markets aren't open. If they were open and they would be filled, I would hit yes. By hitting yes, then those trades would get automatically loaded into my portfolio, in this case Alpaca 3. Once those are loaded in, they will be shown as a portfolio in real time here for portfolio tracking, plus all these graphs. So updated in real time, I can see my traded value, current value, unrealized P&L, realized P&L, and so forth right here. That dynamically changes as the market changes. The trades themselves that I have in my portfolio will first show up in this grid, which is the AI machine learning grid that uses technical indicators. So this would be all my stocks here. And then as you move across, you will see in purple here these technical indicators, and we calculate the clustering around those technical indicators according to high, low, or medium. For instance, Williams R here, these are all low clusters, meaning they're not overbought, the stock. Medium, sort of neutral. Anything that starts moving up into the 80s, 90%, it would register a high like this, relative strength. And that would mean that technically that stock is overbought. So this is a really good way to look at all your positions and how they're clustering around all these different technical indicators, which are about over 100. So without having to go through each graph, you can actually look at the clustering around these technical indicators. And also for candlestick pattern recognition, again, without having to go through each candlestick pattern, it will tell you which candlestick patterns have a certain recognition for any of these patterns above here. In this case, dark cloud cover. This stock is showing it's positive for a dark cloud cover candlestick pattern. Same with these dragonfly doji patterns for these stocks. So again, without having to go through every single candlestick pattern and understanding how to even decipher a candlestick pattern, the AI ML does it for you. And as you scroll across, you'll see all these different technical indicators, candlesticks, and as you get near the end of the grid, you'll see where it starts projecting the predicted prices out from 1 day, and whether that's positive or negative, and alpha, predicted alpha, from 1 day out to 1 year. And you can see that here, all the way out to 1 year. And then also it will calculate the probability of alpha, in this case 3% or more for short term, and then 10% or more for longer term. And you can actually see the chart of historical versus projected. Going to be more accurate on the shorter end than it will be out to the longer end, 1 year. As we come back into the main interface, you will also see that there are charts if you want to look at charts, and there are tear sheets that you could look at if you want to look at specific tear sheets of any particular security. And you can generate any reports that you want. As we move down, we're in a second grid now. This grid also has a listing of all your securities. And in this grid, which is going to be different than this grid, is the fact that you will have over 80 outputs of information for every security, including when you put the trades on, when you took them off, if you've unwound any shares, what the current value is, P&L, for every security, rolls it up into a total, which it also puts up top. And you're going to see in here factor analysis, regression analysis, Altman Z-scores, T-stat analysis, moving averages. There's fundamentals in here, financials, metrics, statistics, and AI, all in this grid. If you want to look at any specific chart, you can come in here. So you also have the AI machine learning outputs for each technical indicator, but if you want to see an actual chart, you could come in here. Let's say I want to see Bollinger Bands. Here we are. And for the stock I selected, which is Netflix, it will also show me down below in this grid, right below the chart, Netflix is clustering around not only this indicator, Bollinger Bands, but every single other indicator that we follow. So without having to go through every single chart, you can see the clustering right down here for every technical indicator. And this does this for every stock. Move down further, you're going to see all the news that's coming in that's relative to what stocks you have in your portfolio. You can click on any of these and get the news. Right above this grid too, the statistical grid, you can do stuff like correlation analysis, correlation clustering, covariance analysis, factor analysis. In this case, I'm doing benchmark against the S&P 500. It'll actually show you if the portfolio is beating the S&P 500 or not. In this case, it's not. You can do Monte Carlo optimization or other forms of optimization. Monte Carlo optimization will calculate the maximum Sharpe ratio to the minimum variance ratio. In this case, the returns. It'll also show you your original portfolio versus the two new portfolios, where your efficient frontier is, and it'll do 30,000 simulations. You can again generate tear sheets for the portfolio. You can generate health reports for the portfolio, like this, depending on what you select. And moving back up again to the top, you can look at any portfolio that you've created from the portfolio selection right here. And you can select any of those. So this is the new Alpaca OAuth API, which will connect to your Alpaca account so that you could trade commission-free within the Zunova platform. And the Zunova platform is free to use for any Alpaca user. Thank you.